I don't need them.
I'm ready. Here we go.
Tell me rolling.
I'm rolling.
We're rolling. Okay. This is Talking Baseball. I'm your host, Rocket Kirchner. We're in my apartment, obviously all squeezed in. And 2015. Anyway, we might as well just get to the elephant in the room, which is the fact that the Chicago Cubs have a new skipper. Not just any skipper, but arguably the best of the lot, Mr. Joe Maddon. And as we also know, cover of Sports Illustrated in December, they signed Lester. He took less money than he was going to go with the Giants because he wants to be a part of history. And Maddon is looking at and has made it clear, and so is Epstein, the owner, that they want to take the World Series this year. Okay, so I'm going to start this ball rolling with Ken's. This is Ken, and this is Tom. I want to start off with Ken talking about what he calls the Maddon factor.
Hi everybody, my name's Ken, a lover of baseball. The Love of Baseball. It's a book I just bought. It's called The Love of Baseball. Forget all the money, forget all of that. Let's just talk baseball. And when it comes to baseball, yeah, I love the histrionics of baseball. I love everything about baseball. I'm not a total aficionado. There's a lot of people that know a lot more about baseball than me, but there are certain aspects of baseball that I freaking love. And one of them is something and a person by the name of Joe Maddon, the current manager of the Chicago Cubs. I saw the press conference when and the whole story behind this when he became the manager of the Cubs. When Epstein hired this guy, and he went through 9 years with the Tampa Bay Rays, and incredibly did an incredible thing with this team. Without he's a guy that can make something out of nothing. The guy is an absolute managerial phenomenon as far as I'm concerned, and he's got a personality to boot. And plus, another fact with Joe Maddon, he's a family man, and he has a life outside of baseball. He lives and breathes baseball, but he doesn't live and breathe baseball. I love this, but baseball is his life. And as far as I'm concerned, there's so many things. I'm not going to get into statistics about Joe Maddon. I'm not going to get into anything. I'm kind of a quirky kind of guy. As far as I'm concerned, it's a joy to watch this guy in the dugout doing his thing because he's a chess player with baseball players. The game of chess is in his mind when it comes to baseball. This guy can utilize players and just change things up, and it seems to work.
Well, let me ask you a question, Ken.
Sure.
We've talked about the Maddon factor and the fact that as Cardinal fans, which obviously we're Cardinal fans, you can tell, but at the same time, we've shared this, that there is trouble in River City for the NL Central, not just us, but also the Pirates,
absolutely,
Milwaukee, and Cincinnati. Now, I think that Tommy takes an alternative position. We were talking about in the kitchen, we were having hot dogs, that it's not as much trouble as maybe Ken's making it out to be.
Well, let me say something once before Tommy gets into this, because this is very important. I am a diehard St. Louis baseball Cardinal fan since I was 5 years old. But I am a lover of baseball and seeing the magic of baseball and the way baseball works. And I completely think, and it's one man's opinion, that the Maddon factor in the NL Central is going to be absolutely crucial.
To 2015.
Crucial, absolutely crucial. And Matheny, the manager for the St. Louis Cardinals, better wake up and better realize what's going on. I pray that he does, because I am a Cardinal fanatic. But the Maddon factor, hey, I wouldn't have a Joe Maddon bobblehead doll for nothing.
Okay, Tom.
Well, and I agree wholeheartedly with Joe Maddon being a great baseball man, and you can check the stats, and we go over stats, but what he did down in Tampa was unheard of, unprecedented. He took little, did a lot with it. Unfortunately, they don't get a lot of fans down there. They tried to build a new stadium. That didn't work. You know what I mean? He can put a winning product on. They'd go to the playoffs and series.
Absolutely.
And they'd still have 10, 12,000 fans. You could hear them talking in the stands to each other. You know what I mean? So the fact that he came over to Chicago, I think, immediately made Chicago Cubs better. Now, that having been said, I don't know, the personal opinion that they're not gonna. It's gonna take a while. It's a project, and he's gonna have the players to do, and they have started and they have shown that they are willing to spend some money.
Need business.
They mean business, and they're doing renovation to the stadium. The city is really, really gun-ho with this, and the signing of Lester is one thing, and they got a lot of young talent, Rizzo,
Yep.
to name a few. But winning, you have to, winning comes with learning how to win.
Yeah.
And as far as the Cardinals go, they start out in A ball. These guys are drafted. They go into the system. They learn the Cardinal way.
But you said earlier that in the minors, the Cubs, which I was surprised to hear that stat, in all of baseball or just the Central?
In our division, in the Central Division, just the other
that's
day,
amazing.
that came up, and it surprised me all to be darn. And we were like 5th overall in all of baseball. And I don't know where the Cubs were in all of baseball, but in that division, it was said that the Cubs minor league system, and I start to see the reasoning why. Because since Epstein's been over there, pretty good chance, and I don't follow their minor league system like I do the Cardinals minor league system, but I'll bet you a dime to a dollar he's stockpiling and
so
stockpiling.
Madden has more on his chessboard to play with.
He will by all
we
means.
see in the tip of the iceberg.
You can only play with 48 pieces.
Yep, and and you only have so many pieces to work with, and and if you have some, we've all seen it with our Cardinals, where their guy goes down, big name goes down, Waino goes down, this guy comes up, this kid named Waka all of a sudden is a household name, or things like that. They call from the minor league system, and they feel as though by the time they get to the AAA level, as Cardinals, that they are ready to make the jump to the major leagues. It's one thing to make the jump to the major leagues. It's another thing to stay in the major leagues. And we've seen guys.
Good point.
We've seen guys that have come up. And man, he did well in A ball, and he just tore up AA ball, and then AAA ball can't hold him, and he comes up here and he can't hold it. He can't hold his own.
You're right, Tom. But I saw the press conference 5 times. Because and Madden, the thing about Joe Madden, and he's done this in his past, he's direct.
Oh yeah.
He is direct. And if I may, a couple of quotes that this man said at the press conference that I find intriguing, and he means this for his players and for the love of baseball. And he's letting out some of his secrets when he says this one. This is a quote by Joe Madden. He says, "Don't ever permit the pressure to exceed the pleasure of the game of baseball.
That's great.
Don't be pressured in. Enjoy the moment and enjoy the gift that you've received." He lets his players know this. And another quote that was intriguing to me that I found was that what he said about being the Cubs manager, and I found this just humbling and phenomenal, is the challenge is so outstanding, how could you not want to be in this city? So he knows that the challenge is big. He knows that it's huge. And then the other one that really got me is he said, this is a 1 in 107 year opportunity. Oh boy. Oh boy.
You gotta respect that.
Oh yeah.
You gotta respect that.
Go ahead.
I want to go ahead and wrap up for now.
Yes.
And yes, okay. So we're going to sign off, and we'll be back. So we're signing off for now. Yeah, we're hitting the.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.